Hello, I'm Debbie from Australia and I'm here today with my August 2021 cross-stitch update, and I hope this video finds you well. I have been here for 3/4 of an hour and I'm hoping this one is the one I can keep going on. Today, to show you, I have got 10 whips I worked on, 4 new starts and 2 finishes for the month of August. Starting with the whips, the first one I worked on this month was from the stitching part Parlor, ball at Netherfield. This pattern has been lent to me by the lovely Amanda at Pennington Terrace. After I did just over there, the Daughters of Longbourn, she had this in her stash and she lent it to me so I could get it done. And this month, and I will have, it's going to wash out a bit, though it is very pale green. Basically this month I've done the people down the bottom as well as finishing the alphabet, the 1/1 alphabet. I didn't realise I hadn't finished that. So I have got Bingley and Jane, I've got poor hairless Elizabeth, and I tried really hard to scratch this off only to realise it's her hand where she's holding Darcy's hand. This one hasn't got terribly much to go, so hopefully it will be a finish soon, and then I can work out how I'm going to hang them. They're done on the same material, cord 4 threads. It's a very pretty, enjoyable pattern to work on. This is simply on 28 count white linen, as was the Daughters of Longbourn. My next whip is part of the Full Coverage Fanatics group on Facebook. I have already done 21,000 stitches in 21 for this project, and I'm going to do another, well, I'm hoping to do another 21,000 to give it a really good shot in the arm. This is Heaven and Earth Designs Supersize Stitch in Time Max Colours, artwork by Aimee Stewart. And I love it, I really do, I really do. It would be nice to get a lot more done on it. What I really wanted to get done was the fan this month, and I have actually managed to get the fan done. I need to finish those last 2 books, and you can just see here, that's sort of the bottom of her dress sitting on the chair. The first vignette's coming in, so I may get a start on that, which is really nice. It is a beautiful pattern. It will be extremely detailed when it's done. I'm hoping I can finish off. At this stage I have to do minimum 2,000 stitches a month to make the second lot of 21,000. And I believe this August I did 2,700 in it. And now I've done the video, hopefully I'll be able to get some more on it this month. The next pattern, this will be glary, there's not a lot I can do. This is Bella Filipina, from Bella Filipina, it's Bellatrix. Can't show you front on because it's an actual, oh there we go, it's an actual photo on the front of the pattern, but she's beautiful. Now this month I'm not going to show you her entirely. I have done all the fancy work up in the window there. I have done the cat, the trees, the candle. This month my intention was to finish the bottom 2 pages, which I did. Still in the frame, a lot of them are still in their frames. Of Q snaps this month, and there is the bottom. So I managed to get the corners stitching done and back stitching done. All the back stitching is done in the bottom there. So the only thing missing in the bottom of those pages, of course, are the beads. And I'll work on, I've basically got this side done, I believe, so I've only got this page, and I'll get back up to the top. I enjoy working on her very much. It's a lovely pattern, it's beautiful colours. And once she narrows off, I think it will go a lot faster. The next pattern that hasn't come out for a while is a pattern from the Fox and Rabbit. It is the Botany Bay Sampler. Okay, what did I do last time? Did it on a slant. This is the first ever real, and excuse my nails, as with all of us, we can't go and visit people to do them for us. And I've had to do them myself, and I tell you, no wonder I get a professional to do them. This is a lovely sampler. Now I will show you something. I know it's supposed to be a dog, but up, come on, focus. Come on, focus. I might insert a picture. You can just sort of see it. Those two dogs to the left and right of the trees. Let me put my elbow down. You're going to focus. Oh, that's so frustrating. They look like little, they look like T-Rexes, baby T-Rexes running across the top. And I think it's really cute. And once I saw it, I can't unsee it. I'm nowhere near that. And I didn't take it out of the Q-snap this much. This is where I'm at. And if I pull that pattern back, I have been, of course, yeah, this left and right's still a bit of a worry. I've been working on that cliff work, and there is a lot of stitches in there. A lot of stitches, but I'm finally finished and I'm up to the arches on top. And I'm hoping now that that's sort of the really biggest bulk stitching in all of it, other than the house, which was a massive house. So really the bottom, and this one, the bottom two pages are done. I've done the cliffs, and now you'll have the ship coming in here. I'm getting to where it is all like freehand. It's not actually, a lot of it's not cross stitched. You actually have to stitch the sails, stitch the birds freehand. I'm just very thankful that Fox and Rabbit pattern actually gives you a demonstration on how to do that to make it look good. No. Again. Next, long dog samplers. Crossbird, very close to a finish. Very close to a finish this month. This is where I'm up to. This is done on 40 count opal linen, white linen. I am not doing the fish. I will have initials in there. So I have, again, to get the pattern, I've only got across the top there to do, and that little bit down the side of me, and those initials, which I have photocopied that tiny page there so I can graph it in and make it easier when I come to stitch it. And I'll be done. Look at this little spider just hanging randomly up there. It's cute. Very clever patterns. This next one, I love my owl. I am dying again. I am dying to get to those eyes. And again, it's a shiny cover on the pattern. He's massive. I'll show you the board before and after in the prints. I haven't got him on the board. He's getting too big for the boards. But as you can see, I have got to his tail. And I'm going to come up from the tail if I finally get to do the eyes. Hopefully this month. Then he'll be halfway done. So if I just show you that side. And go back to the pattern. I am basically, I'm coming up there, so I'm about there. The eyes are going to be the reward, so I'm going to finish the tail first, finish the tail first, and then come up and do those beautiful, beautiful bright yellow eyes. And then from then on, of course, it'll be downhill because I'll be going from the thickness of the wing down to the tip. And it gets some work every month simply because I love the pattern. Next pattern is from Modern Folk Embroidery. It is called Real Comfort. It's a Jane Austen sampler. I'm doing this on fabric from Silkweavers called Thunderstorm, and I am using Silks for You. I haven't put it on that board terribly straight. I'm using Silks for You PR 155, which in reality, and depending what monitor you look at, that the purple of the thread, the variegated purple of the thread, matches the darker colour that's in this fabric. So I've got those houses to do, and then the alphabet, and the alphabet usually go a lot faster. And again, another one I'm enjoying. That one was a June start. Sit down. Oh, this is lovely. This is Sarah Handley, 1847 by Mojo Stitches. Fondly known when you see the border there looking like chilies. If you were doing this pattern, I recommend you go to Mojo's blog, and it will be linked below. She gives you a history. She gives you an option to, if you don't want all the cord four threads, which cord four to get to give you the best effect from them. I believe there's also a minor change on the pattern. There's clearly there's blue. One of the blue shown here, which you don't come across on, this one, blue in the H. The blue, when you come to the legend, is the same as another colour, but the only real blue line is under this alphabet. So, and the other colour is used in the house, so really it's quite easy to work out which one you should be using, but I believe she's put a correction in there. And the border, the little tiny border in between the two rows of Algerian eyelets that I'm currently working on. You know, I actually don't have a problem with this camera. Hint, hint, looks like I need some more tech support mat. But it is done in hazelnut because it's not noted either. But again, that update is on the website, and of course the more recent copy sending out will have them on there. But it's lovely. I love the border. I love the border. I love all of it. I hadn't done Algerian islets before, and they just go so fast, and they're quite enjoyable. Okay. Holding off for the house and the trees. Where are you? The house. Where'd my front cover go? The house and the trees is what I've yet to do down the bottom once I finish the border. But see what I mean? There's a blue border underneath the M row, and then the other colour that has the same icons down in the house. So really, it's going to be really obvious which one to use. Lovely, lovely sampler. Okay, next one, and working on this one again from Long Dog Samplers, the Templar Prophecy. I've fallen really back in love with it again. I've got a queue to get some more work done again. This one is out of order. Where are you? There it is. This one, I haven't taken out the queue snap. I worked on bringing this. Oh, is that terrible? This up to there, down to there, and back up. I've worked on this part. I still can't do it. I worked on the area above the knight with the zigzag. I did the owl, I did the swan on the flag, gave it a little red feather, and I'm really looking forward to finishing off. I think it will be the next, I think I've finished the bottom rows completely, and I'm about halfway across on the next row down. So this one's queued for another lot, another session this month, because I just forgot how enjoyable it is. It is being done with PR 166, which is the variegated one here, and then the 3 DMCs that are sort of matched to that, 317, 318 and 413, I believe, just to have my animals not stripy, and all the birds will be black, and there's just little pops of red all the way through it. So it'll be out again next month. The last one of the whips is from Pierre Cardin. No. Pierre Jardine. Monthly bobbins. This one gives you highs and lows for the town I live in. As you can see, it's very different. We don't get a lot of really highs. I think we had, by the looks of it, 6 highs in our start at the start of the year, and most of it's pretty bluish, greenish. 4 really cold mornings, several days where the whole day's been in the same range, which each of my range is about 5 degrees. And I've started over here. I'm going to be able to get the rest of the year bobbins all on this opening of the Q snap, so they'll be very handy. This one I do at work at lunch times, And I've got to just put, there's a few little other icons coming down here. And I've got to work out, because the other thing I thought I might do somehow is add the rainfall, monthly rainfall on each of the months, but I haven't figured that out yet. So those are the whips. I'd worked on, except for the two finishes. My first finish I'm a bit excited about. My first finish, which I've got actually pinned on the back of another one, Mirabilia's White Christmas. Lovely, lovely pattern. And here she be. Oh, look at that. The purple's going to come out. She's lovely. She's lovely. The beads. The snowflakes. The snowflake in her hand was supposed to be a lot bigger than that. But she is supposed to be done on 32 count. I have done her on 40 count. And the big one was just far too big to use. I've used the seed beads in her skirt and the background, but the beads in her hair, her arms and around her neck are the matching petite beads, so they don't blow out. I really, really love this. I can't tell you how much I love this. I love the fabric the minute I came across it. It is still slightly showing blue, but hopefully I might actually get the big camera out and see if I can really get the purple. It's the deepest, most beautiful purple, but it's lovely. So she's done and off the whips. The other one is the end of my sale with Kelly down at Animal Instincts, which is the Snowflower Diaries monthly charts. We've finished these now, and we ended up in August was our last one. Now it's here, and I've got to be careful because it's all ironed. I've got the interfacing on it. August is, oh, upside down. Yeah, turn the Q snap. There is the month of August. Little puppy with the hydrangeas done in chain stitch. Enjoyed those. That is the full thing. Yes, some of them upside down. Doesn't really matter because they're all going to be chopped up. That's why it's got its interfacing on the back already. And hopefully next month I'll have the finish, which will be quite grand if it all works out. If it all works out. So they were always a guaranteed monthly start or monthly finish, which it makes it, nope, fringe looks all uneven, which makes, you know, I won't have the guaranteed finishes, at least one finish every month, but not to worry. A small finish I'll have every month, and when I'm talking about the new starts, is I have started this time with Anne. Come on. Merry Christmas from Our Forest Embroidery. How lovely. Yeah, my husband said, can you knock 2 sets out before Christmas? I think your mother will like them. Yes, she will, but there's over 1,000 stitches in each one. This is the first month. I am doing this on the cord 4 fabric called Summer Khaki. I started using no I didn't. I started using B52 from DMC on the white. Didn't show up as well. So what? I sent away, why are you doing that? I sent away for white from Silks for You. So I'm also using the red and the green Silks for You that we got in the Christmas name, you know, you open one a day, advent calendar they did last month. We got a whole hank of the green, a half hank of the red, and like I said, I sent away for the white, and that is one. Left off the back stitching in between the red and the green. Was supposed to be in gold, but it didn't add anything and just sort of disappeared between the stitches, so that was given the heave-ho. The next new start was the Cryptic Sow from Witchy Stitcher. Perfect timing the video today because the Mothman, the first one, dropped. Well, it was today's the 4th of September and it dropped at like 12:05 this morning. But I did get the frame done this month. Beautiful frame, beautiful frame. I am using a fabric from XStitch design called Ostrich Egg. That was white. So I coffee and tea dyed it. I'm thinking it looks like blood splatter from monsters. And hopefully I'll be able to put the first little fellow in this month. And he looks very good. I'm more than pleased. More than pleased with how it's come out. Another new start that just happened, you know, you finish a mirror, you've got to start a mirror even though you've got another mirror on the run. I've always loved Christmas Elegance. She's number 6, 1994. She's lovely. She is lovely. Had a couple of hassles with her. There's the start I made. Come on, greens. Green's such a hard colour to get. I had this side. I had this side of the green done, and I realised, or thought to myself, you know what, I always go and check the corrections list before I, you know, get going on these Mirabilias to make sure there aren't any corrections. And the corrections on this was only the number of skeins you need, and it told me I needed 5 skeins of 500, which is a really dark green. So I went to my stash to see how many I had, and they're a different colour, as was the second green I've got in there, a different colour. So I stopped. I ordered the number of all the greens I would need in this from JaysXStitch in Australia, and when I got them all, I had to unpull this green I had done, I hadn't done over there, and redo it all. But I know it's all going to be the same colour. But her gloves are done, they're back stitched. Because I didn't have green, I did start on the presents, and she's going to be lovely. And you know, doing a 32 count when you haven't done it for a while, working on 40 for so much, is quite a relaxing one to work on. So those are my 10 whips. I worked on the 4 new starts, the 2 finishes for August. I have got a little bit of, or some purchases. I get at the moment from a Stitch in Time, which is a needlework shop down in Hobart, Australia, a monthly thread pack. These are the Gentle Arts for August. Classic Colourworks. Weeks Dye Works. Oh, Weeks Dye Works. The bane of my life. I got more green. So I emailed straight away and said, please stop me. This has been going since January and all I've got's green. I don't want any more green. Thank you very much. They were really good. They took there's the brand name I can't pronounce, off my subscription, so now I get the 3 from them on a monthly basis. And then Michelle from HAED sent out the word that, let me put that one down so you can see the card, that another Australian company had brought out a thread monthly pack, and I signed up for the silks because I stopped some silks, so I thought, nope, I'm signing up for the silks. So you get 5 a month. These are from Colour Streams. Colour Streams in Australia. They are lovely. You get 5 threads and then like a gift, and this gift is a thread called Gimp. Beautiful, beautiful colours on it. That is thread that it's really thick. You actually lay it on the fabric, and that's probably a better shot at the colours. You lay it down and you couch this. You don't actually stitch with it. They've given you some examples on the back of how it was used for, and it's been used for a long, long, to give you the history. Far back as the 17th century, where instead of stitching with it, you lay it on the fabric and you come over with either a corresponding or an alternating colour over the top to hold it in place. So that would be fun to have a bit of fun with. So from now on, my monthly threads will be 3 from A Stitch in Time and 1 from Colour Streams. I'm going to have to stitch faster to use them all. I also got some more fabric. Anne says she doesn't know how I could not buy fabric. I've got so little, but these I've never had a piece of the vintage. No, it's not the vintage. This is country mocha. It is from Silkweavers, 40 count. Very pretty. Very pretty. I also got Dirty Carrot, which is, there we go, Dirty Carrot from Silkweavers. This is a 38 Cordalana fabric. It's very nice. This is the same material as, yep, there we go. It's probably not showing you the little bit of pinky purples as much. This is the same fabric that Bellatrix is on, but it's not opal. It's beautiful. It's like the deep grey blue, but with purples. Purples just coming through it, and it is lovely. It is lovely. I was very, very happy to get my hands on that one. And the last thing, again from Stitch in Time, I got other things, but they were to go in Christmas packages. I got the Ultimate Sample Book, Motive Source Book from Brenda Keys. This is, look at the long ships. Here. And that's not the nicest one actually in the book. There are a lot of these long ships. She's got everything you can think of. Soldiers, plants, trees. I do for the little girls, and it's usually nieces and nephews or my children's friends' little ones. I do various birth announcements for it. For the girls, they're nearly always the books, clotheslines. But I went to do the boys, and I just thought they needed something a bit more masculine. So I am going to use some of these ships. You can't get it from that. Look at this one. The one I really, really love. Really quick. Oh, it's a ship in a bottle. You won't see it, but you can't think of any motive in here. There are borders, trees, people, churches, houses. You can make your own. Now, you don't have to buy anyone's sampler. You can make your own sampler with exactly what you want. You know, bikes, trains. So for the boys, I'm going to do theirs like bookshelves, and I'm going to have like the toys. You know, the planes. Look at this penny farthing. Wiggle that finger. See any sleighs there? It is so comprehensive. It is just beautiful. And the grandson of the friend that's a boaty person is going to have all those long ships in a row on the bookshelf. Oh, just found a needle in my cardigan. That'd be fun. I mean, even bits and pieces of things you'll find, you know, in the house. There is nothing you couldn't design yourself. It is really worth going. I can show you close up of the front. Yeah. The birds, the army men, the penny farthings. They've got a lot of fonts in there. The scissors. I mean, I don't think there's anything you couldn't do. Little girls under the umbrella, the mermaids. There's just everything. An absolutely beautiful resource. And if you want to do your own sampler, you know, you couldn't go wrong with this. All you'd have to do is place them. You work out exactly where you want them on your piece of paper, your piece of fabric, and you could go for it and make up a gorgeous, gorgeous sampler. Those are all my, well, they're not. Those are my purchases for this month. I don't think there's anything else I've got to say. I'll go and do all the before and after photos now. I thank you all for your time watching the video. I do hope you are all safe and well, and let's hope that things settle down soon. Online stitching with friends is fun, but it's even more fun when we can actually sit in the same room. I know in other countries you have been able to do that, but in Australia we are locked down, so I rely on online stitching or YouTube, especially YouTube. I sit there and stitch, and I just turn it on when hubby goes to bed, and at least it feels like you're sitting with someone you know when you're stitching away. So everyone take care. I do hope all your family, friends are all safe and well, and hoping we get out of this soon. Thank you, and see you next month. Bye.